Today I'm watching Goosebumps Season 2, Episode 17, Calling All Creeps. I was terrified of the show when I was younger, so now I'm watching it as an adult, and there's definitely some episodes that are still pretty creepy. I like the anthology style for the show. I like the family dynamics, how they try, different like brother and sister or cousins or friends, and they feel like they really try to make it creative, and I feel like sometimes kids shows they don't put in as much effort, so I'm really excited to continue watching this. And I love the sets, and sometimes the acting isn't the best, but I still enjoy it, and I'm very curious to check out the books. Now that I've seen some episodes, I would love to do a book and episode comparison or even some book reviews, so let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing videos like that. But thank you so much for sharing and this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.
I'll admit I'm a nerd, but I'm not a creep.
I like we have the character voiceover in this one too.
That's her, the editor of our school newspaper.
Spying.
Also calls me Ricky the Rat, which, as you can guess, is not my favorite nickname.
Somebody's got a crush.
My plan, to take revenge on Tasha McClain.
Now there's muddy feet print all over the school. Story of revenge.
Calling all creeps. Calling all creeps.
It's gonna be like a Revenge of the Nerds situation. He's like, let's unite, buddy.
Called Tasha McClain.
Oh my god.
550109.
The classic movie phone number, yeah. This is the equivalent of like writing bad things on the bathroom wall. After midnight, oh my god. What is he? Putting it in the school newspaper. Oh my goodness. Make sure. This guy's a terrible criminal. The jacket stuck, the muddy feet print. Like, he's gonna get caught, for sure.
Oh, it was nothing, Miss Richards.
And she's not suspicious at all with the muddy feet print leading to the window. Come on.
Else does. Breathe on him, Wart.
Breathing on him? Oh, I imagine that's unpleasant. Ugh.
Mary had a little lamb.
Why?
Because we love farm animals. Now sing. Would you like another breath?
These are some very bizarre bullying tactics. I don't think that apple's what's giving him halitosis.
His fleece has
Next.
Really? This is how they torment kids? Make them sing nursery rhymes? Come on.
Let's not congregate in the walkway. Move on.
The overly intense and dramatic music in the background. Ta-ta.
No. That's the tuna surprise. No one eats the tuna surprise.
I feel like the surprise is the real mystery.
Those guys are gonna pay. After Tasha, they're next.
Fighting words. Yeah, he's going for revenge.
Jerks just follow along. But I've already set up my plan. Tasha's gonna wish she'd never been born.
What did you do?
Oh, God.
Walk into the school newspaper office and put a little message in this week's paper.
Fully admitting his crimes.
You better take a look at it. I tried to call earlier.
Dad?
What are you doing getting phone calls at this hour? I want you to hang up right now.
Did they change it to his phone number to call after midnight?
No.
Really? You have to know this. You're in trouble.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
But Ricky,
Now go to
don't hang up. Don't hang up.
That's a great phone, by the way.
Your message in the paper. I'm calling as instructed. I'm a creep.
Yeah, I feel like Tasha switched it to his phone number with the same message. His revenge backfired.
Message. I'm ready to plant the seeds. Ready to rule. When?
Ready to rule? Were they planning some global takeover? Oh my gosh.
Calling all creeps. If you're a real creep, call Ricky Beamer.
Yeah, obviously she saw it. This poor kid is just getting constantly picked on. Oh my gosh. I feel like his revenge is just gonna escalate now. And why are the bullies suddenly like siding with him?
When will the creeps meet?
They're just staring at him like he's their leader now.
What the?
Oh my god, is that blood coming from the locker? Oh my god. They're really into creeps.
You scared me.
And having people be the monsters in this, basically.
When are you going?
Meet me after school tomorrow at the yogurt shop.
I'll be there. And
He's so excited, but I don't think it's gonna go well. It feels like a trap. It feels like a setup.
Terrific. Maybe they won't call. Maybe the joke's over. Maybe.
Yeah, just unplug the phone and they can't call.
Don't ever take the phone off the hook. How can we make contact?
Are these like some like alien things? Like, is that what we're going for? Like, they seem very like in this trance now and just obsessed with him. It feels like it's going like beyond this prank.
Please, forgive us. We didn't mean to hurt you. You should have told us sooner. Told you?
Told him what?
No harm.
He's king of the creeps? What's happening?
Or get up. Yes, sir. We got your message. We are ready.
Ready? Oh! They are aliens! Oh my god. Calling all creeps somehow has signaled an alien army. They look like...
Found you, Commander. The creeps are ready to serve.
So cool.
As soon as we saw your message.
Time is short.
We must.
They're so cool. They look like almost the dinosaurs.
We must plant them at the school. Then everyone will be changed.
Into a creep. He's like, I inadvertently picked the wrong word. Ooh, no thank you.
Kind of dry. Remember, Commander, one seed for each kid. Tell us your plan.
It's like Invasion of the Creep Snatchers.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
No time. We need a plan now.
He's like, I wasn't ready to be a leader.
I guess so.
Then it's decided. Seeds in the cafeteria food. It's a good plan.
They look so cool. They kind of remind me of that show Dinosaurs, like that kids show, but creepier, obviously.
And I command you not to eat me.
Then plant the seeds.
Yes.
It's like, I just didn't want to get picked on. I wasn't ready to be a leader of an alien army, okay? They're just, their eyes just over the ledge of the door. Oh my gosh. You could have used any other word, like nerds or anything. Oh, the tuna surprise. Oh, that nobody eats. It's definitely reminded me a little bit of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers with these pods and like people changing and trying to infect the others.
You learn to like it. Here, try some.
No.
I insist, it's good. Eat.
No. I never eat tuna in the morning. See ya.
Weird rule, but seemed to work. Okay, bye.
Tacos, good choice.
He's watching everybody's tray to make sure they didn't get it.
I'm telling you guys, I didn't know. I thought I was putting them in the chicken a la king.
I don't think he's a commander.
Well, now you've angered the creeps.
He's lying. Let's devour him.
And like their ears are like eggs. Very cool. And the hands and stuff. Oh, Iris.
Commander Ricky, Sergeant Iris reporting for duty.
She's a creep too.
The first plan was a test to see if you creeps were ready.
She seems totally unfazed by the fact that there's aliens involved.
Who can resist a free cookie?
then they'll all turn into creeps.
And creeps will rule.
So much like gooey like stuff in these episodes, like so many gross out moments. Ugh.
Keep stirring. Listen, Sergeant.
It's not actually the sergeant. Yeah.
I was on my way to meet you when I heard your voice. Then when I saw them, I couldn't believe it. At first I freaked out.
She played it really cool, okay, for someone who was freaking out.
Creeps are the future. Humans are the past. Creeps.
As they stir their cookie cauldron. Oh my god. How many of these seeds do they have?
I hope we will.
Humans are
Someone's gonna eat a cookie, right? Like, they can't do this a third time. Is he gonna turn his nemesis into a creep?
Listen, guys, I was thinking.
Free cookies, chocolate chip, come and get 'em.
Well, there goes that plan. Now you got a whole lot of creeps on your hand.
Stop!
It's Ricky the Rat. What does he want? Ricky the Rat. Ricky.
Oh my god, these guys suck.
Listen to me.
Ricky the Rat.
It's like, I'm a commander of an alien race, okay?
Ricky the Rat. Ricky the Rat. Ricky the Rat.
The creeps aren't gonna like this.
Ricky the Rat. Ricky the
The
Rat.
ruler?
Of course, they'll be your slaves. They'll have to.
Turn the people who are bullying him into his slaves. Oh my gosh. The power's gone to his head.
I just wanted to say.
He's like, yeah, I knew the power would go to his head. He's like, yeah, please stop bullying me. Enjoy the cookies and become my armies. Become creeps in my alien army.
But from now on, things are gonna be different around here.
The reflection in his glass is two of the creeps. She's the only one left. Now they all obey him.
You know what they say, Iris. You can't beat him.
No.
He turns himself into a creep. Oh my god. Oh. And they actually kept like similar facial features. Like, it was an interesting transition. Well, it's one way to get rid of school bullies. So that was my first time watching Goosebumps Season 2, Episode 17, this Calling All Creeps. It felt like a mix of Revenge of the Nerds meets, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I'm assuming they're aliens. That's kind of the first thing that came to mind when they started, calling him Commander and basically just like following him. And again, the makeup, prosthetics, everything that goes into creating these creatures looks so well done. It was so creepy. We only saw their faces and their hands in this, but still so creepy. And even with the transformation, like, it didn't look super dated, even though this came out, a while ago. Like, it looked decent, and sometimes that can kind of take you out of the story if all of a sudden there's this effect or something that looks very, very outdated. But it looked decent. Like, could have been better, of course, but it didn't take me out of it. It looked decent, and I'm assuming the actors would have just worn a mask and, gloves and stuff like that. But I like that you could see some of the elements of the actor underneath. Like, his eyes were still the same. You could still see some of those features. So it looked more like a seamless transition as opposed to now I'm something, completely different. You could still see that little peak of a person, and they obviously could change back and forth, pretty easily. And of course, Ricky the Rat, who's just being bullied relentlessly. We didn't have so much of a family dynamic in this one. The majority of the story taking place at school, obviously, and having the bullies. And again, the adults aren't really involved. We have the cafeteria lady who's like the only real adult, and the adult who walks in and in the computer room to help with the newspaper. But that's about it. And I like that this is a show for kids, about kids, and that kids are the main focus. It's not the adults being like, don't do that, kids. Like, it's the kids getting to kind of figure things out on their own. And before we found out that these were aliens, I thought, oh, that's interesting that they're going to make like the people the monsters, like the bullies. We have to have the monster, of course. There has to be a bad guy, and they're going to make these bullies the monster. And the fact that it was the same three who were bullying him, who of course are the creeps, and he inadvertently, calls forth this army, and they're like, okay, what's our plan, Commander? Like, what do we do? And he is still very shy. Like, he's not someone who obviously can stand up for himself. He has trouble speaking up, and even when he's in charge, he doesn't really know what to do. And then it's not until Iris comes in, she's like, we're gonna do this, that's a good plan, and they're kind of, waiting on his next move, trying to figure out what to do. But obviously we see by the end of the episode that has shifted, and he doesn't want to be picked on anymore, and these kids are just relentlessly bullying him and chanting and taunting him while he's on stage. He does try to save them. He's trying to tell them not to eat these cookies. He's trying to prevent the three main creeps from having school domination, basically. And he's like, you know what, forget it, like, you just keep bullying me. This is very hard to deal with, obviously. And then he turns himself into a creep as well, and I don't know what happens to Iris. I'm assuming she wouldn't have much choice but to become a creep, and that's the end. That's the cut. There's no real twist other than he joins the creeps and becomes one himself, but he's now in charge and goes from being picked on to being the leader. And I don't know what their plan is now. They're going to take over the town, take over the world, who knows? But yeah, it was definitely an interesting dynamic to see somebody go from having zero power to having complete power, and everybody listening to his every word. And obviously that was a feeling he wanted to pursue, and decides to, let everybody eat the cookies. Although I don't really know how he would have been able to stop them from eating it, but he obviously decides to give in and just joins the creeps. His plan for revenge obviously did not work. Even when he had those phone calls in the middle of the night, that's what would have happened to Tasha. He wanted to bully Tasha because she was bullying him, basically, and his plan backfired, and he ends up, being the victim of his own revenge. I like that it included, very normal school settings. Again, they don't try and make it anything crazy, probably for budget reasons, but also I think the story doesn't need it to be. Like, they're not at some wealthy prep school. This is a regular school. They have a cafeteria with tuna surprise, and, they have a bake sale, and, like, they're doing all these things that I think a lot of kids either experienced or could relate to. And, this new girl shows up. I was a little suspicious of her at first because I was like, the new kid always is something. And then she was not fazed by the creeps at all, but then she's like, oh, I was freaking out. It's like, you hid it very well. You did not let it on that you were scared of these things. You marched in there like it was nothing and just told them what to do and pretended you were the second in command, which they believed, which makes me think this would be a pretty easy thing to lie about. And Ricky somehow anointed himself commander because he put out this call out for the creeps. I enjoyed the episode. It was cool to see the creeps and their makeup and prosthetics and everything. And again, this concept of these school bullies now, being at the service of the person that they're bullying. And I thought the actor who played Ricky he was believable. He looked terrified, and it was just tough to see him get picked on so much. But again, I feel like kids could relate to some of the bullying maybe. And, I like that it's a show for kids and that kids could relate to this, and definitely creepy as an adult. Like, those seeds that they were putting in to turn you into creeps, people wouldn't have known. It's same, they ate the cookies and they had no idea what they were becoming, and they can change back into being a human, but again, they didn't know what they were getting into. So that's why it kind of reminded me of Invasion of the Body Snatchers with the pods, and people were just slowly, losing their identity, and now they're part of this creep society, this creep species. Really cool episode. I really enjoyed it. So thank you so much for sharing on this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Oh, this muddy feet print all over the school. I don't think that apple's what's giving him halitosis. Fully admitting his crimes. Ready to rule? Are they planning some global takeover? Oh my gosh. He's king of the creeps? What's happening? He's king of the creeps? What's happening? It's one way to get rid of school bullies.